Hi guys, today we're going to be reading A Beetle Is Shy. And this is by Diana Hutz Aston and Sylvia Long, and it's got some really beautiful illustrations of bugs in it, which is one of the many reasons why I love this book. A beetle is shy. It begins its life inside an egg, soft and wingless, tender, protected by the roots of trees and the undersides of leaves. This is the egg case of a spotted tortoise beetle. The egg hatches into a wriggling larva that feasts on plant and animal matter, growing quickly, shedding its hard outer skin or exoskeleton many times as it gets bigger. You can see timeline here, eggs, and then 6 to 7 days. This is what it looks like after that time. And then 5 to 7 days later, this is what the larva looks like. Another week later, here he is. And getting bigger still, bigger, until it turns into something different. Then the larva begins its transformation in a cocoon-like pupa, where it develops wings and antennae. Finally, a beetle twists and turns, squirming free of the pupa's leathery skin, and its body and true colors emerge. Did you realize that all this is what happens before it turns into a ladybug? It's kind of a similar process to what happens to the butterflies, right? They go through a transformation. A beetle is kaleidoscopic. This is the rainbow stag beetle here. Golden target beetle. Do you see the target on his back? Dead nettle leaf beetle, the Bumelia borer, gold stryfiger, red speckled jewel beetle. Look at all those colors and patterns. While many beetles are black or brown, some are iridescent or shimmery and rainbow colored. A beetle is colossal. This is the Titan beetle. One of the largest insects in the world, the Titan beetle has mandibles or jaws powerful enough to snap a pencil in half. Or microscopic. This is the North American featherwing beetle. The smallest beetle and one of the smallest insects in the world is the North American featherwing beetle, so tiny it could pass through the eye of a needle. If you've ever looked at a needle, that's a pretty tiny space. A beetle is tasty? Beetles are found on every continent except Antarctica. Because they are so plentiful and also protein rich, they are eaten by humans all around the world. In the United States, you can snack on mealworm ice cream. In the Netherlands, you can try chocolate infused with mealworms. In India, they have stag beetle chutney. In Vietnam, they eat coconut tree beetle larva soup. In Thailand, they have wok fried dung beetle. In Papua New Guinea, they eat roasted palm weevil larvae. And in Australia, they eat roasted longhorn beetle larvae. Did you know that you could eat beetles? Do you think you'd be brave enough to try that? I don't know if I could do it. A beetle is a digger. Some have legs that are wide and jagged for digging. Dung beetles are like bulldozers, rolling marble-sized balls of animal waste and burying them underground or on top of dung heaps. This is the rainbow scarab beetle. Look how colorful they are. a runner. Some beetles have long, slender legs made for speed. The tiger beetle runs up to 2 feet per second. At that rate, this Olympian of the insect world can run 50 yards in just over a minute. That's this one up here, the green tiger beetle. A hopper. Some beetles hop. Flea beetles use their toes to catapult themselves about 13 inches high. This is the pigweed flea beetle. 13 inches, that's like the size of a ruler. Just a little bit longer. Or a swimmer. Aquatic beetles seek meals of algae, insects, worms, tadpoles, and even small fish. Some have flattened legs like paddles for swimming. Others glide like sailboats atop ponds and lakes or speed beneath the surface as they were skating on glass ceilings. This is the water gliding Rove beetle, kind of like our water striders that we see in the creek. A beetle is telegraphic. Most beetles send messages to each other using chemicals called pheromones. The scent of pheromones acts as a code that tells beetles where to find mates or food. Others talk to each other with squeaky, raspy sounds made by scraping their wings against their bodies. This is the Bomelia borer beetle we saw on the other page. Fireflies communicate by bioluminescence or glowing lights. They flash their signals to attract a mate, defend their territory, and warn away predators. So they don't just have those little lights on the end of them for fun. It's a way to communicate. Beetles keep themselves safe in many ways. The colors and shapes of some beetles, especially those that feed on plants, help them camouflage themselves or hide among leaves and bark. This is the Acorn Weevil. He blends in pretty well with that acorn. You see him sitting on top there. A beetle is guarded. Some beetles protect themselves by emitting a liquid that is toxic or poisonous. True to its name, the Blister Beetle secretes a toxin that burns the skin and causes swelling. The Blister Beetle. You might want to avoid those. The arrow poison beetles are so poisonous that hunters in some African tribes use the juice these beetles secrete on the tips of their small arrows to kill large animals. Beetles also protect themselves through mimicry, using color and shape to warn away enemies. For instance, one type of harmless longhorn beetle looks like a wasp. So he won't hurt you, but he uses his colors to make him look like a wasp that'll sting you. One kind of beetle, the bombardier beetle, releases a boiling spray that changes into gas, which stings the eyes and creates a smoke screen to confuse its enemies. Wow. What crazy things they can do to protect themselves. A beetle is helpful. Lady beetles, also known as ladybugs or ladybird beetles, and soldier beetles help keep plants healthy by eating aphids. We learned about that in the grouchy ladybug, right? Or harmful. Weevils and other beetles eat the leaves, stems, and roots of plants, destroying many crops that humans rely on, such as corn, lettuce, wheat, cotton, and potatoes. In homes, spider beetles, about the size of a grain of rice, feed on wool, cereal, spices, bread, dried fruit, even pet food. You may have seen those around your house. They're really, really tiny. Some people also call them carpet beetles. A beetle is prehistoric. Beetles preserved in amber, fossilized tree resin. Fossils show that beetles inhabited Earth when dinosaurs did, almost 300 million years ago, making them millions of years older than butterflies, bees, and other insects. Look at this page. A beetle is armored. There are more than 1 million known species of insect on Earth, which is more than half of all known animal species. Nearly half of insects are beetles. Unlike other winged insects, beetles have a pair of hard outer wings called elytra that shield their delicate inner flight wings against heat, rain, and hungry predators. This is the red speckled jewel beetle. You can see this hard outer wing. This is the abdomen. You can see his 6 legs that he has here. And then these, underneath that hard shell, are the flight wings. Those are the softer wings that you would find on other typical insects like a fly or a bee. A beetle is shy. A newborn, soft and hungry, hurrying to seal itself into a cocoon where it can be still and cozy until it becomes what it was meant to be. This is the spotted tortoise beetle pupa. And then, let's see what it turns into. A beetle is bold. That's the spotted tortoise beetle when it comes out of the pupa. Pretty crazy looking, right? And look at this last page. Look at all the different colors and patterns that are on all of those beetles. Did you learn something cool in this book? I love this story because there's so many neat facts about beetles that I never knew before. I also really love the illustrations. And if you have the chance today, I would love for you to take a chance to create an insect picture based on the pictures that you saw in this book.